Okay, this video is going to help you. I'm going to show you how to replace the bearings in a rear hub on a Williams Cycling System 30 rear wheel. So what I'm going to use for tools is two 5mm Allen wrenches, a 10mm Allen wrench, a ratchet ring tool, and a 23mm deep socket, and like a breaker bar. So here we go. First, what you're going to do is use the two 25mm or 5mm Allen wrenches and remove the cassette. Okay. Should come off pretty easily. We'll put that off to the side. Alright, and now in order to get to the bearings, they're inside the ratchet ring inside here and on this side. So we got the ratchet ring tool. The guys at Williams Cycling, Keith Williams, actually sent this to me and let me borrow it, but you could probably borrow it from a local cycling shop. So it's got these teeth on it, and it just removes this ratchet ring. So you just slide it on there like so, and this is where you're going to need the leverage. I put my 23mm socket on, grab it right here, right, and then just bang it like this. Ooh, that's not gonna work. Okay, that's it. That loosened it up. We should be able to take the ratchet ring right out. Here it is. You can see it came out. There's the tool. There's the ratchet ring. Goes right in there. Alright, so now the bearing on this side is inside this piece right here. There's a little spacer that you take out. Okay, and then there's something else. There's a little bit of like a washer. There you go. Just be gentle with that. Alright, so you can see the bearing right in there that we need to take out. Now on the other side, we've got to get this thing off. So use your Allen wrench on this side, a 5mm one. Stick that in there. And on this side, you're going to use the 10. Put the 10 in there and just loosen it like that. So this side, actually I should show you this. This side pretty much just comes right off. Oop, don't do that. Okay, and then just take this one out. And then you can see, okay, so once you get that off, then there's a little, like a metal ring with a rubber gasket on it in here that you got to take out. And there's probably a special tool for this, but I just use my screwdriver, kind of get it in there. You got to be kind of careful with this. You don't want to damage it because you're going to reuse it again. You can see it kind of flexes a little bit. So what I do is just kind of go around and pops out. There you go. So you can see that's all this is a kind of a rubber ring. It's a little flexible. And you want to save that because it's going to go back in. There's a groove in there that it sits in, so you want to save that. It's got to sit in there so it holds in the bearing. So now what you can do is you've got the bearings on both sides. You can see them in there. So what I would do, or what I can do, is just tap gently with a rubber mallet in the the hub slides out, you can see that. I mean the axle slides out, and there's the hole. Alright, so we've got these bearings on one side that you can just take off. These are the old ones. Put those aside. There's the axle. And now the other bearings are sitting right there. So what you can do is just take your Allen wrench, I suppose, and kind of just tap it gently. Just around. You should come out the other side. Okay, so there's the other set. Alright, and we'll set those aside. So that's the complete removal of the bearings in the rear wheel. So there's the axle. You want to wipe it off really good, get the grime off it, get the junk out of there. Alright, and now we're going to put the new bearings on. So I've got the new bearings. I put a little bit of lithium grease inside there. So let's start with the short side. Okay. Put the axle in, hold it on this side. Put the bearing on. Should slide right on there. Clips in. What you can do is find a socket that kind of grabs the metal edge of this, and I used I think this is a 3/4 inch. Just put that on there. You can just do a little bit of tap. I'll set it in. Too well, is it? Snap it in place like that. And the other side, grab the other bearing. Go all the way in. Now what you can do is use a big socket if you want, and kind of gently tap it in. A bit more. Okay. So you can see it's seated in there very well. Nice. Thing works. Make sure this side's okay. Looks good. Just do another little tap on this side. Make sure you're on the metal ring there. You don't want to bash any other parts of it. There you go. That's all it took. Okay. Now we're going to snap that kind of rubber O-ring back in there, because that's going to keep this thing in place. So we'll just put that in there. I'm going to just get one corner of it in, kind of squeeze it together, get as much down as I can, and then push. Sometimes you can just give it another little bop with the ratchet. There you go. A tap. It's set in there just right. Make sure everything's good. So you got to make sure that it's sitting in that groove, and this one definitely is, so that's good. Just be careful with that thing, because that protects the bearing from the dust and stuff from the wheel. So there it is, we got the bearings in, and this side we'll put everything back in reverse order. We got to put the washer in, protect the bearing, and we'll put the little slider back on. Alright, and the ratchet ring. And this is where the ratchet ring tool comes in handy. Slide that puppy on there. Screw it on. Now on this side, remember, we got to put this piece back. So put that back on this side. Sorry, you probably can't see that. Alright, just hand tight that one. Got your new bearings in there, and now you're gonna first of all make sure that that's tight, the outside piece. Probably should have done that before I put the ratchet ring on. Just tighten this, hand tighten it, nothing huge. Don't kill yourself. Very good. Alright, so just give it a little bit, tighten it a little bit, and put your 5mm Allen wrench in, put your big socket back out, snap it on. Give it a little bit of... Actually, you don't need this, sorry. The socket on, and then tighten it. Just hand tight, like that, as much as you can. There you go. Take the tool out, and now you're ready to put your cassette back on. Right? Slide that in. You can install a new free hub, but that's a different video. Push it in as far as it'll go freely. And then this is where you're going to need both your 5mm. Put one here, put one here. Just kind of do it until there we go. There you go. Tighten it, hand tight. And then you're done. All done. And that's replacing hubs, or the bearings and a rear hub on a Williams Cycling System 30 rear wheel. All done.